Welcome to a Wednesday night on ice inside of Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Joe Beninati, Craig Laughlin, and Al Koken with you tonight. Preseason festivities for the Caps and the Red Wings. 27-year-old Husso, 32-year-old Kemper. On ice officials, Morgan McPhee and Mark Schoenett are the referees. C.J. Murray and Matt McPherson have the lines.
I found only one player in training camp that's bigger than him, and that's Curtis Douglas, 6'9", in the Toronto Maple Leaf camp.
Long wrister deflected down wide of the cage. We're into the second minute of the opening period. A wraparound attempt came right on through. As the Caps have that surrounded defensively, it's rolled back to center.
Look at Darcy Kemper. When he goes down, his head's still above the crossbar. He covers so much real estate. As a shooter, you don't have much, and he can just come across in a hurry.
Capitals get control of the draw. This is 31-year-old Dmitry Orlov. Where does the time go? Better than 640 games on his ledger. Bang, bang play. Husso made a sparkling stop on Brown.
Ovi Kuzi and Connor Brown.
Hansen took him well. The angle to the backboards.
He's another big rig, too, under the Red Wings team.
Edvidson, the 19-year-old, right there in the slot. Denied by Kemper. Loose puck here. A backhand chance. Another one for Edvidson. That's denied, and Kemper will cover up. Surrounded by all those young pups.
Sure.
Now he comes to a Washington team that is veteran-laden as we get a hand pass right off the draw.
And there's Strom complaining, and the Caps will go shorthanded here. Kemper, Strom gets down low. He's going to work the puck, and then they're going to say he grabbed on
game, so he can be a real threat. I'll be fascinated to see how they use him tonight.
As Rasmussen works in, Al, that centering pass comes on through. Capitals look to play clear. There's a delayed penalty call coming up.
The wing forward. And so because of that, he's going to go off.
107 in the two-man disadvantage. Johansson fakes it. They feed it down low. Rasmussen, backdoor score. Bертуцци with a layup.
Rasmussen in front of the net, and it goes right off the pad, right to that guy Bертucci. You wonder why he's a 30-goal scorer. Right place, right time.
Looking to get to the inside on Macmaikel. Macmaikel, good job defensively, but ran into a turnover that was waiting from Rasmussen. It bounced past him, and Connor can clear it again.
That's interference.
It will be a power play for Washington as a result. Kарлson, shaded by Rasmussen. A backdoor look that was intercepted. Rasmussen digging for it. Kарлson feeds. There's Ovechkin. Rotate for Oshie. Back to the grade 8. Slap pass down low. Strom at the doorstep, and Husso has it under the glove. We drift below 7 minutes to go in the first period. Detroit out shooting Washington 10-6. Outscoring them by 1. The power play goal from Bертуцци. As the Caps look to respond now, a half a minute left on their man advantage. Ovechkin with a rocket. Stopped by Husso, and the rebound. Offensive zone chance here for Sherry. Connor with a delayed penalty call coming. Kemper getting to the bench for Washington. 6-on-5 out there in red. Orlov, nice move away from Soderblom. 30 seconds in the period. Delayed penalty call against the Red Wings. Move it this way for Ovechkin. Long wrister. Just deflected to the roof. Macmaikel.
He's looking for a redirect, a lucky bounce. He's not looking to score there, and it hits the forward stick, which changes the trajectory of the puck and the speed.
As Ovechkin will slug it in, we begin period 2 at even in full strength. Shots on goal are 15-10 in favor for the Wings. Alex Ovechkin's going to get the gate here.
It's a veteran
Washington number 8.
Calling that, drawing that minor penalty. Be chasing him down here, and it's a push from behind, right where the pants are buckled up in the back. 30-goal scorer in the past and was runner-up for the Calder the last several seasons, though he's cooled off offensively.
Headman Zarnik in. Soderblom rejected there by Kemper, his best save of the night. Shy of the 4-minute mark, deadlocked at 1 apiece. Macmaikel for Washington. Bертucci for Detroit. Rasmussen on the headman pass. It's a beauty. Kubalik's in. Stick save there by Kemper.
He's looking for his 4th here in the preseason. Here he gets a stretch pass. Watch TVR. He loses his stick there. Gets twisted around, which allows Kubalik a better opportunity on the net. If TVR has his stick, it's a totally different situation.
Long stretch to Oshie. Stacked up with him was Kemper. Kemper chisels. Rasmussen looking to flee the zone. Long strides through center, gets it out wide for Bертуцци, gets it right back. Rasmussen fires and scores.
Heat by Rasmussen, their big pivot, #1 pivot here tonight. He'll be down the roster once he sees Larkin and all those guys when they have their full roster. Right, he got his new chiclets in, didn't he? Sure looked like it, right?
He had a little accident prior to the start of training camp. Jensen's backhand denied by Husso. Stроум is also beaten at the post. Detroit's 2-3. All 3 losses have come at home.
And that game against Pittsburgh, they just about had their whole lineup other than the injured guys playing in front of their hometown fans.
Jensen, sneaky move away from Berggren. He scores! Nick Jensen.
A little shimmy, a little shake, eludes a forward. And what a shot that was going top shelf. Rasmussen in front of the net. He's a big rig. He's the size of a...
Joe, best number of games last season, 46, to be specific.
He used to always hang out at the BioSteel camps with Tom Wilson, Joel Ward, guys like that.
Zadina's drive, blockered down by Kemper, who's gone the distance for the Capitals. In the last meeting in the preseason with Detroit, Kemper and Lindgren split. The Caps blanked Detroit 2-zip at Little Caesars. 3-on-2 developing here. Closing Stроум for Protas, and he just slugged it wide. Macmaikel and Jensen have answered for Washington. Hathaway through center. Little give and go. Twice over. Hathaway fires. Stick save Husso. Protas digging in against 2 wings defenders. There's another hit from Ovechkin. Jensen will pinch in from the point. Edvinsson took care of him. And then the net comes up off of its moorings.
Has been running around a little bit. I think he's energized his hockey team. We talk about that a lot. There's the hit behind the net. He got involved. Osterley, the veteran, going back to pick up that puck, is railed by the grade 8.
Macmaikel on the interchange for Sherry. Sherry back on top. And Riemsdyk fires. That's knocked down by Husso. At point position, Eller's long drive, and Billy Husso has that. And Stроум, we checked the score sheet. Stroum's won 8 of his first 10. Jensen towards the cage, knocked down by Zadina. Nick stays with it. From the angle, Veleno there to cover him up. Kuznetsov, a spinning slapper, a pad save for Husso as Osterley launches it back to center.
And the fellow reminds me a little bit like Keith Primo back in the day.
Oh my goodness. Centering feed for Eller, clicks on through. It bounced away from Macmaikel. Here comes Soderblom, 2-on-2. Soderblom fires, and Kemper hangs on with a glove against the pad. Orlov relieves him of the puck with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Capitals in preseason play averaging just 2.25 goals per game prior to tonight. 2-on-1 developing right on in. As Kemper makes the save on Soderblom, he'll hold. Minnesota, LA, Arizona, Colorado, and now Washington on the mantle for Kemper. Orlov snapshot off the toe of his stick. It went way wide. As the Wings, 5th different team, late of the Seattle Kraken. Smith shuffles this down. Hirose. Taro Hirose leaves to the trailer. Kemper with a rocket. Kemper was on top of the paint. Back come the Caps in this 2-2 game. Sherry accelerates down the wing. Nice recovery by Edvinsson.
Excellent stick because of the reach he has.
Snapshot there. Husso with a step out on Sherry. Leaves it to Kuznetsov. Gathering momentum. Yevgeny Kuznetsov pedals into the offensive zone and fires right to the shoulder of Husso, who will squeeze. Hirose opens up and scuttles Washington back in its own territory. Kарлson, annually among Washington's ice time leaders. Protas took a misstep there. Was he tripped? Was he held? There is a penalty call coming.
Here it is, a little back check there, and just the grab of the right shoulder. Yeah, that's a cheapie. I think because they missed the one on Eller at the blue line prior to this.
Ovechkin and Kарлson at the points. Kuznetsov, Stроум, and Brown up top. Snapshot here from Kuznetsov. Ricochets off the dasher. It's kept in by Ovechkin. Kuznetsov to Stроум. Inside Brown. Score! Connor Brown.
Brown, and he gives the Caps the first lead of the game. 3-2 lead here late in the third.
You mentioned Brown filling in for Oshie always talks about the footwork. Get on back. The Caps playing keep away now with just over a minute to go. Getting it into the final minute of the third, the McNugget minute of the third period, with a 3-2 lead. Ovechkin empty net waiting. Bullseye! McNuggets again. Seconds time. We will have the practice shootout to come. Capitals, one final preseason game. We'll share it with you on Saturday night. Blue Jackets will be here. A lot of excitement around the Blue Jacket program.
Oh, here they go.
A late scrap.
Smith and Hathaway.
Smith getting in a couple of short rights as Hathaway was down on the deck.
Starts, and it'll continue. And Smith gets in there, and everybody gets involved. The hit from behind, and Hathaway cuffs the back of the head of
folks who came to Capital One, seeing a good performance. A team that had most of its regulars. Darcy Kemper, extremely solid in goal with a 32 save effort. This one banked 4-2 with a shootout to come. With speed, Kuznetsov hits the brakes at the line and now creeps towards the cage. Kuznetsov, all the deeks, he scores.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And a shot.
Zadina looks to respond in the bottom of the first. Carries it on his forehand. Pad save, Kemper. Alex Ovechkin in the top of the second. Snakes his way in on Billy Husso. Off the head fake, pad save. Bertuzzi now in the bottom of the second looking to tie. Cuts back to his forehand. Kemper's waiting. Strom scores. It's over. Dylan Strom on the forehand. Bullseye! Washington wins the practice shootout. We'll see each other 3 times in the regular season.
And there's the Strom shot.
Kemper in regulation officially credited with 31 saves.
Ты заходи, если что.